Running out of ideas or not being able to create tasty phrases or licks while doing drum solos or playing chops is something every drummer experiences from time to time. And it's a place we don't like to be as drummers. And some of you have been requesting for me to teach you guys how to, solo, how to shed, and even some of you have been accusing me falsely that I don't want to teach you guys how to do that. And that's not true. Today I'm going to be giving out the pattern that you can use to create very crazy chops and create phrases that you can use to solo and shed all day. But you have to follow me through this video from the beginning to the end and listen very carefully. So let's get right into the video. So now we're going to be making use of these three patterns to do this. So let me explain what they are. The first one we're going to be using is a group of two. The group of two is simply right, left. You get? So there's not much to this until you start adding it to other ones. I'll explain that. Now the group of three we're going to be using is right, left, left. But most of the times the right is going to be accented while the left are ghost notes. So you get. So now the group of four is, you get that? If I was to play these things quickly, you see they are already making sense. The twos are not really special. They are only useful when you are merging them with other ones. But like the three now, if you want to play the three, so we have, you get. So then we can also do, then the fours, we have, I do this one a lot. So you hear things that sound like this. You get, so slowing that down. So now what we're going to be doing now is to merge each of these things together. And as drummers, working with even numbers is quite easier for us. So I'll be starting with even numbers. Now we already have a group of two, we have a group of three, we have a group of four. Now this few can't cut it for you if you want to do crazy drum solos and sheds. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding the twos to the four to make six. You get? We're also going to be adding 4 to 3 to make 7. That's in the odd number cases. We can add 3 to 3 to make 6. You get? So I'll show you guys how we do that now. To get 6 now, we can choose to play 3. That's the group of threes. When we have right, left, left. 2 times. You get? That's the 6. But to me, that is not interesting. To make it very interesting, we have to do something like the 4s plus 2. Do you get? So adding the 4, the group of 4 plus the 2 is something like this. You get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 now. So playing it repeatedly, this is how it sounds. So you see that one already sounds very nice on the snare drum alone. But now one of the things I'm going to be showing you guys very well in this video is orchestration. How to orchestrate this thing and make it sound so beautiful. So now we're going to take the first note of the group of fours, play it on the floor tom. You get. The ghost note goes to the snare drum. You get. So we have. Then we now move our 2 hands to these toms. Or you can focus on just one tom. Let's speed that up and see how beautiful it's going to sound. So, Jesus. Wow. You see what we did with the group of 6 there? Now let's move to 8. 8 is where I have lots of possibilities in it. You get? So don't forget what we're doing here is we're getting different ideas. So now when you want to chop, when you want to solo, what you do is you come here now, you pick the group of 4, you pick the group of 2s, you pick the group of 6, 8, all of that. So let's do the one for 8. So for the group of 8, what we're doing here is the group of 2s 2 times, and then the group of 4 once. You get? So we have, then now you see how beautiful it sounds. Now what we do now is, regards to orchestration, we play the first 4 notes on the snare drum, then we take the right of the last 4 notes and move them around the toms. So see how it sounds. You see that? So now the second orchestration sounds like this. I'm putting the first group of 2s on this tom. You get the last 2 on this snare drum. So the first of the last 4 notes comes to the floor tom now. Now this third orchestration, the last orchestration we're going to be using for this particular group of 8. What we're doing here is quite simple. Single strokes, that's the group of 2 in between this first tom, second tom. So then we start the last, the group of 4 with the floor tom. So of 8 is where I'm going to stop officially for even numbers. They sound pretty simple, sweet, and straightforward. But now to move it to the level where it begins to sound abstract and beautiful, we have to apply the odd numbers. Now we are going to be thinking groupings, not subdivisions. You get what I'm saying? We're not counting subdivisions here, we're just counting them as groupings. And you understand what I mean as I progress, you get? So now the first thing we're going to be doing in this section is the group of 3s. Group of 3s are very simple. I already explained them in the beginning. So they are very useful in applying them as triplets. So we have but they are more powerful and beautiful when you want to create other higher numbers, like 5 now, 5 being an odd number. So when we want to create 5 now, what I do is I pick up a group of 2, that's right, left, you get? And then add it to the group of 3, right, left, left. So see how it sounds. It's going to sound abstract if this is your first time of playing with odd numbers. So it sounds like this. So I'll try to use my left leg to count, so you see how it sounds like. So we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you're not used to it, listen to what I'm going to say now. If you don't understand it very well, what you do to make sure your drum fills are accurate when you're using this is, you play this group of 5 that we've created now. You play it 3 times and add an extra 1 note to get a 16th note drum fill. Let me explain what I mean by that. So we have you get, so that's 16 notes there. That's a 16 note. We can play it 6 times and then add 2 single strokes to complete it. So it's now I guess it still sounds boring until we speed it up and orchestrate it. So let's do that now. What I just did now is applying the 16 notes, orchestrating it. First 2 notes, the singles, are staying on this tom here. Then the group of 3 are staying on the snare here. So now what we do most times now, if we want to make it quite crazy, so make sure our kick is following every right hand lead, you get. So let's see how that one sounds like. 7 here now. What we are going to do now, we have so many options to create 7. We can add, 3 and 4. We can add 3 and 2 and 2 again. You get. So, but what I'm going to be making use of is using 3, group of 3, and then the group of 4 that I stated earlier on. So don't forget what I said. It's going to sound weird when you're dealing with odd numbers, but just keep playing. Follow the groups, not subdivision. So creating the 32nd note chop, you have to play that 4 times and then add 4 extra notes to complete it to 32. It's easy. 7 times 4 is 28. Then plus 4 is 32. You get. So now let's orchestrate it around the drums and see how nice it can sound. So if you decide to just get crazy with it and speed it up, it can sound like this. So please guys, I want you to listen very carefully. This whole thing I did here is not the secret to be able to play chops. These are a guideline. I'm going to be doing more videos like this. I can make like 10 videos in this series and not exhaust it. This is just a particular sphere of creating chops. When people play chops and do shared sessions and solo, they don't just play one thing. It's out of the numerous things you've learned. Your vocabulary should have expanded so much. Then out of the things you have in your head, you bring them out and you teach them. But I want you guys to work on these ones I've given you first of all. Work on all this group of 2s, groups of 3s, 4, and then create your own groups of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as much as you want to do. And whenever you want to solo, you can name them. Name your group of 4s A, name your group of 5 B, give it any name. And whenever you want to solo on stage, remember it as that name, and then you merge them together and create anything you want to do. So I believe this video was helpful to you guys, and if it was, please drop a comment, share this video with your friends, and if you want to watch a video similar to this one where I explain some patterns like this, I'll leave the link to that video right here. Be sure to check it out and see you in the very next video.